Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is December 13th, 2024, and the Spotify Camp Nou is one of the favorite candidates to host the World Cup final. Also, we're gonna look at the insane statistics of Hansi Flick's Barcelona. And finally, Marcus Rashford has been offered to Barca. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Now, begin with the news that the Spotify Camp Nou is one of the favorite candidates to host the World Cup final in 2030. Now, the Spotify Camp Nou is still undergoing major renovations, which will extend its capacity from around 98,000 people to about 104,000 people, and it's gonna be a state-of-the-art stadium. Of course, the club planned to go back to the Spotify Camp Nou by February of next year, more specifically the match against Alaves, and the stadium will be fully done in the summer of 2026. And today, the city of Barcelona, alongside the football club Barcelona, held a special meeting in order to present the sustainable mobility plan, which is the plan for the return to the Spotify Camp Nou and how the city and the club are going to handle, traffic, mass transportation, etc., etc. And during this presentation, David Escudé, which is Barcelona's sports counselor, said that the Spotify Camp Nou is one of the favorite candidates to host the World Cup final when he said the following. We know that we have the best bid of all the existing ones. We can be proud and optimistic. Camp Nou is one of the stadiums where the opening or the final are planned, being one of the best stadiums in the championship without a doubt. Now, of course, the 2030 World Cup will be hosted by Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. And the Spotify Camp Nou has been submitted as a bid for the final or at least the opening match. And Barcelona are gonna be leveraging, several things in their favor. For example, that the stadium is going to have world-class infrastructure. I've done several videos about what the new stadium will have, including AI, cloud services, 5G coverage, etc., etc. Also, Barcelona's experience, and when I say Barcelona, I mean the city itself, but Barcelona's experience in hosting major sporting events. And finally, the size of the stadium, because at 104,000 capacity, alongside the Estadio Hassan II in Casablanca, Morocco, these are the two biggest stadiums that will be in the race to host the World Cup final or the opening match, which I have to say that would be pretty exciting to see either of those matches being played at our stadium. Now, more news, and this one is not good news because, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Spanish Football Federation have rejected Barcelona's appeal to reverse the suspension of Hansi Flick. As you know, Flick received a red card in that match against Real Betis. He has received a 2-match ban, which means he will miss the 2 remaining matches of this year against Leganés and Atletico de Madrid. And Barcelona were trying to reverse that suspension because Hansi Flick did not say anything to the referee, did not insult the referee, did not scream at the referee. He simply exclaimed at himself, and the referee decided to give him a red card and decided to give him a 2-match ban. But the appeal has been rejected, so Flick will serve his 2-match ban. And Barcelona have decided that they're not going to appeal this decision any further because they realize, nothing's going to happen. This is kind of like the Lewandowski situation where he touched his nose, received a 3-match ban, and nobody would want to overturn it. Because, of course, it's pretty clear. Unless you're Vinicius Jr., you cannot say anything to or around referees. Only Vinicius can insult referees to their face, call them crazy, say that they're high, call them a son of a bitch, all kinds of things. When you don't have the Real Madrid jersey on, you have to be a lot more cautious around referees. Now, speaking of Hansi Flick, let's look at the insane statistics of his team, because despite the dip in form in the most recent matches, Barcelona continue to be a wrecking force when it comes to goals, because so far Barcelona have scored 71 goals in 23 matches. Yes, you've heard that correctly. 71 goals in 23 official matches. That's an average of 3.08 goals per match. In La Liga, they have scored 50 goals. They're currently the highest scoring team in the Spanish league, with Real Madrid being second with 34 goals. That's 16 goals less than Barcelona. And Barcelona currently have a plus 31 goal difference. Now, as far as the top scorers in La Liga, of course, Robert Lewandowski remains the top scorer with 16 goals. In second place is Coutinho with 11 goals, which is pretty amazing because last season he scored 6 total in the whole season. Now he has 11, almost double, and we're not even halfway through the season, and yet people kept trying to convince me that somehow 6 goals in La Liga last season was impressive. And in third place, we have Budimir and Mbappe with with 9 goals each, almost half as much as Lewandowski. Now, this is also applies to the Champions League, where Barcelona have scored 21 goals in 6 matches. They are also the highest scoring team in the European competition, with Dortmund being second with 18 goals, so 3 less than Barcelona. And the goal difference of Barcelona is plus 14, with Liverpool being in second place with plus 12. And the top scorers of the Champions League are Lewandowski with 7 goals and Rafinha or Coutinho with 6 goals. So very impressive numbers by Flick's Barcelona. Lewandowski being the top scorer in both the Champions League and La Liga. And people want to tell me that Lewandowski sucks and that he's done and he's terrible. And yet he's the highest scorer in all of Europe. Absolutely amazing. If that means you suck, I don't know what constitutes as being good. Now let's end this video with the news of Marcus Rashford. But before doing that, I would like to remind you that don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to Goal Kids, Get Bag, or Fanatics. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. And now let's talk about Marcus Rashford, because he has been reportedly offered to Barcelona. Now, the 27-year-old left winger's relationship with Manchester United has broken down, and not only with the club itself, but also with their new coach, Ruben Amorim, who is not counting on Marcus Rashford. And as such, it's reported that Man U are sick and tired of him, and therefore they will be putting him on the market. Now, it's reported that Manchester United are willing to hear offers during this winter transfer market, so as soon as next month. And if they can't offload him during the winter, they will try to offload him for sure during the summer. And it's reported that Manchester United are even willing to ask or to take less than what they think the player is worth, because they're just sick and tired of his indiscipline. They're sick and tired of everything that's been going on with him. They want to get rid of him. And most importantly, they want to get rid of his huge bloated salary. So they're even willing to take less than the asking price in order to offload Marcus Rashford. And since Barcelona are looking for a left winger, it's reported that Man U have offered the player to Barcelona. Now, Barcelona had considered signing Marcus Rashford on several occasions in the past. In fact, they even tried to sign him. But of course, at the time, Manchester United were like, absolutely not, because he was their, prodigy product from their own academy. But now, years later, that Man United are willing to part ways with Marcus Rashford. Of course, Barcelona no longer consider Marcus Rashford as a great option, because even though they recognize his talent, they realize that, mentality-wise, he lacks a lot of things. He lacks discipline. He's been in a lot of, problems, and as such, Barcelona don't really consider Marcus Rashford as a viable option. Not only that, also his incredibly high salary, which Barcelona are not going to pay. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. We'll be uploading another video shortly, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, peace, Barca.